Good morning, students. This is the class about magnetism. So, we are discussing various things about magnet and magnetic field, magnetic dipole moment. So, various things were discussed, and two important properties. And along the axial line and equatorial line, and how the torque will produced by the bar magnet and potential energy. Everything was explained, discussed. Hope there was no doubt. Last class we entered into magnetic properties. In that magnetic properties, why we need to know about magnetic properties, that also discussed. Here we'll recall shortly. So if we know the property, if we know the nature of the magnet, we can identify how the magnet, how it is differ, and what parameters, and how it is differ from one magnetic material to another, how we can compare. So everything we can understood if we know the magnetic properties. So in that case, the first property is magnetizing field, that we are know very well. The magnetic field which is used to magnetizing some other sample or magnetic material. So using this magnetic field, we are going to magnetize some other sample. This is called as magnetic field. Its unit we know ampere per meter. Then magnetic permeability. This magnetic permeability, permeability is like permission. So here magnetic field is allowed to passing through the magnetic material. So how much number of lines are allowed to passing per unit area? Or here we are giving the degree of penetration of magnetic lines of force into the magnetic material. This is magnetic permeability, and using that we brought the condition for magnetic permeability for relative permeability. So in that we got equation mu r is equal to mu divided by mu naught. So after that we discussed about intensity of magnetization. So what definition we discussed in last class is the net magnetic moment acting per unit volume. This is called as intensity of magnetization. So there was a formula, m vector is equal to pm vector divided by v. And say this equation 3.30, you all may remember what is pm. And volume, we have general formula that we can apply in this equation. So first we'll see what is pm. So in this equation 3.30, the pm term is given. So about that we discussed in first unit, that is for electrostatics, and here this is for magnet. This pm is nothing but magnetic dipole moment. We are multiplying the product between pole strength of magnet and the distance between the two poles. In that we are more clear. You understand? Yes. And volume. So in this bar magnet is discussed, the volume of the bar magnet will be taken. So we are going to alter the equation 3.30 equation. So what is m vector? M vector is nothing but intensity of magnetization. So what is m vector? Intensity of magnetization. And here there is a substitution. M vector is equal to magnetic moment divided by volume. This is as per 3.30 equation. So what is magnetic moment? Pole strength into length, what we discussed just before. Then volume. So volume is of the bar magnetized area into length of the magnet. So A into 2L vector, that is given in this equation. So vector and mod will be cancelled, then the equation will become 2L into A. So we are going to do nothing, just simply substituting in equation 3.30, m vector will become qm 2L vector divided by 2La. That we are writing in mod formula. Mod m vector is equal to capital M is equal to qm 2L, vector is get cancelled, divided by 2L into A. This is the equation we are getting from 3.30 to 3.31. From 3.31, we are getting this equation. Then capital M is equal to 2L get cancelled here. Then rest is Qm divided by capital A. This is intensity of magnetization. And in next case, we can write here. So from this, we are giving the definition for a bar magnet. In last definition, generally we are gave the net magnetic moment. Here we are giving for bar magnet. Intensity of magnetization can be defined as pole strength acting per unit area. So pole strength acting per unit area, that is clear from the equation Qm divided by A. So Qm is pole strength, A is unit area. That definition is given for intensity of magnetization. Okay, next magnetic induction, a total magnetic field. So this magnetic induction is nothing but we have to add some of non-magnetic material like a soft iron bar. That soft iron bar is placed in between the uniform magnetic field or magnetizing field H vector. So where we are placing that soft iron bar in uniform magnetizing field, this soft iron bar get magnetized. About that we study in first property. And here we are going to calculate the magnetic induction inside the specimen is equal to, you have to add the two things, two magnetic field. One is B naught vector, this magnetic field which is produced in vacuum due to the magnetizing field. Okay, that is B naught. And another one is due to the induced magnetization of the substance. Some magnetic field is induced there, no? So due to that induced magnetic field, what is the magnetic field value? Then magnetic field produced by the magnetizing field in vacuum. See, note here the point is vacuum. We have to mention that also. Understood? And then we are writing the formula B vector is equal to B naught vector plus Bm vector. Then we are expanding that mu naught H vector plus mu naught M vector. This equation already we know for magnetic field B. Already we discussed this, and from this we are taking out the common is mu naught of H vector plus M vector. This is the formula for what? This is a formula for magnetic induction or total magnetic field. Okay, you understood? We are adding the two magnetic field. One is it is due to the magnetizing field produced in vacuum. The next one is how much induced in that material. So when we are adding these two, we are getting the answer for magnetic induction, a total magnetic field. And next is magnetic susceptibility. So what is magnetic susceptibility? Here the two things are compared. The two things we are taken from the previous properties. The first property is intensity of magnetization. Just now in beginning of this class we discussed about that statement. Do you remember? Yes. Intensity of magnetization. So what term we are using, what letter we are using to denote that to denote the symbol M vector. So magnetization induced in the material. The next one is magnetizing field, that is H vector. What is that? Magnetizing field. So these two will be taken, and between these two we are going to take ratio. That ratio only is called as magnetic susceptibility. So for that, when we kept a substance in a magnetic field which having the value H vector, and it gives the infos about how material responds by the external magnetic field, or we can say in another one way, how strongly the material can be magnetized. Okay, how it is affecting, how the magnetic is added in that given material. So that thing is explained here in magnetic susceptibility. Understood? That is explained here in this magnetic susceptibility. So it is denoted by the letter xi. See here is a term. Xi, it is like a x. Xi suffix m is given. Xi m is equal to mod of m vector divided by mod of h vector. So we are taking the ratio between intensity of magnetization to the magnetizing field. So this ratio is called as magnetic susceptibility. This magnetic susceptibility will give the answer for when we are keeping the magnetic material in between in the magnetic field, how strongly it will acquire the magnetic property, so that we can understand from this magnetic susceptibility. And here there is a 2-mark question. You can mark the answer from here, the ratio up to here. Okay, and this is the answer for defined magnetic susceptibility. Just you mark this answer, defined magnetic susceptibility. And next answer we can mark from magnetic induction. It starts from the magnetic induction up to here. This is also 2-mark question. Define magnetic induction or total magnetic field. So just to mark for 2-mark question. And next one is for a bar magnet, the intensity of the magnetization can be defined as up to here. Okay, intensity of magnetization we can define with the formula. This is statement, and for formula you have to go to previous page and see this previous page. M is equal to Qm divided by A. This is another 2-mark question. Understood? Have you marked in your book? Yes, good. And next is tabulation 3.1, magnetic susceptibility for various materials. So first thing, what is called magnetic susceptibility? It is how strong the material get magnetizes in magnetic field. That is called as magnetic susceptibility. Here some values are given. From aluminum 2.3 into 10 power minus 5 up to oxygen 2090 to 10 power minus 9. So just to go through once, it may be helpful in your another exam preparations. Also maybe asking one more question our exams. Okay, and next one is example 3.8. It is a sum based on intensity of magnetization. And see the question, example 3.8. Compute the intensity of magnetization of the bar magnet whose mass, magnetic moment and density are given 200 gram m 2 am per 2 and 8 gram per centimeter cube respectively. So three values are given. One is mass, magnetic moment and density. They're asking intensity of magnetization. So we have to find intensity of magnetization. There is a formula. So we know the formula. We studied in definition, magnetic moment divided by volume. That is the formula. So what formula we discussed? The intensity of magnetization is magnetic moment divided by volume. That's it. Then we are going to use this formula. After small alterations, then we are going to get an answer in simply manner. So there is a beginning stage of this sum is density of the magnet is, we are using the general formula. So this formula we may study from 8th standard itself. Density is equal to mass per volume. And from this equation we are getting the answer for formula for volume. So volume using the cross multiplication, then volume goes left, density will come right, then the equation will become volume is equal to mass divided by density. This equation we are getting from previous one. Then we are substituting the known values. So what is mass is given? See the question, it is 200 gram. So it is in gram as per rule in all the sums except some sums. There are some exception, but maximum sums will be done with the help of SI unit. So here we are converting this 200 gram into SI symbol. So 200 gram can be written with the kg as 200 into 10 power minus 3 kg. Understood? This gram is converted into kg here, but value is not changed. Okay, same value, both having the same value only, same magnitude only, but we are converting into kg. So 200 gram is converted into kg, that is 200 into 10 power minus 3 kg. Then what is density here? It is very clear, 8 gram per centimeter cube. So it is also in gram, have to convert into kilogram. So to convert into kilogram, we have to multiply with 10 power minus 3. So 8 into 10 power minus 3 kg. Then there is a centimeter power minus 3 now. That should be converted into meter. So to convert that 1 centimeter means that can be written as 10 power minus 2. here per centimeter cube is there. Okay, what is that? Here per centimeter cube is there. 1 centimeter is equal to 10 power minus 2. Then per centimeter means 10 power plus 2. So here 10 power centimeter cube is there, it will become 10 power 6. Then we are substituting that value. After substituting that, we are solving that. 25 into 10 power minus 6 m cube we are getting. I hope you all know about this derivation, how to convert into small term. 12th படிக்கிறீங்க, உங்களுக்கு நல்லாவே தெரியும்னு நான் நினைக்கிறேன். சின்ன சின்ன ஒர்க் அவுட் தான், இன்னும் அவ்வளோ காம்ப்ளிகேட் இல்லை. So if any doubt we can discuss, you can call me or you can send message through WhatsApp. So the volume we are getting 25 into 10 power minus 6 meter cube. Then knowing the volume value, we are getting the intensity of magnetization. So from the given question, there is a magnetic moment 2 ampere meter square, and we are going to find intensity of magnetization, that is capital M is equal to magnetic moment divided by volume. So what is the magnetic moment we got? We having 2 divided by what volume we calculated, 25 into 10 power minus 6. Then 10 power minus 6, if it goes up, it will become 10 power plus 6. Then we can take 110, that will be multiplied with 2, then it will become 20 by 25 into 10 power 5. We are solving that, the answer will become 0.8 into 10 power 5 am per minus 1. This is answer for intensity of magnetization. So this is answer for intensity of magnetization for this question. And next sum is example 3.9. Using the relation b vector is equal to mu naught of h vector plus m vector, show that xi m is equal to mu r minus 1. How to prove? Then solution, there is a formula, direct formula. It is given in question itself. B vector is equal to mu naught of h vector plus m vector. But from equation here it is given 3.36, it is wrong. From equation 3.33, not 3.36, you change to 3.33. From equation 3.33 in vector format, we can write m vector is equal to xi m h vector. Using that equation, we are writing the given question. B vector is equal to mu naught of xi m plus 1 h vector, and b vector is equal to, we can write as mu h vector, because mu is equal to, we know, xi m plus 1 of mu naught, that we discussed. Then mu is equal to, is given mu naught of xi m plus 1, then xi m plus 1 is equal to, we can write as mu by mu naught, that is what? Mu r. So what is that? That is nothing but mu r, relative permeability. Then xi m we can write here as mu r minus 1. So using the alteration, we are proving the given question. What we are proving, xi m is equal to mu r minus 1. So that is understood here. So today's class can stop up to example 3.9. Hope I understood today's topics. And as today's homework, you write the marked 3 2-mark questions and example 3.8 as a homework, and do your homework and send your homework as photocopy through WhatsApp. Okay, and thank you students. Remaining topics we will discuss in next class. Okay, thank you, bye.